Ro Panuganti here with some really cool news. I was just practicing for something that I'm going to explain. Firstly, I will be attending MAGFest in January. It starts January 5th on that Thursday onwards, and there's so much going on. A lot of concerts are going to be happening, panels, really cool times, and I've been going for 8 years now. So I'm really excited for my 9th year, and also one of the most special years for reasons, again, I'm about to explain. The biggest announcement I'd like to share is I will be performing at MAGFest under my own band. I've been wanting to perform at MAGFest since the day I set foot there, and I'm really excited to get any opportunity to perform. I've had the chance to play with some bands that were fantastic, including Gemini and Mariachi Entertainment System before, but this time I'm going to be playing my own arrangements, and I'm going to be playing with a band. You can check us out at the Jamspace, which has historically been this kind of nice sectioned off area where people can come and perform. They can pick up instruments and kind of just start to play, or they'll also host different individualized shows for groups and bands. This year I'm also helping kind of coordinate and advertise it, so you might see that on social media. But what's special about this year is that Jamspace is going to have 2 nights of extremely exciting bands and just great music going on. I will be performing Friday night at the very end of the show at 11 p.m. That's Friday, 11 p.m. and I will put that in the texting. And we're gonna be playing what's called the Jamspace Emissary, a night of metal, progressive rock, and really cool stuff. And it's going to start with Pokerus Project, an incredible guitarist from South America who's got, just so much live experience that I'm just gonna be spending the whole time studying how he does it. And it's gonna be great. Followed by Gunderslam's band, which, oh my gosh, I've been playing with Gunderslam and watching Gunderslam on YouTube, so please check him out. He's going to be putting together such a cool, very heavy show. It's gonna be really scary to follow that up, but I'm also gonna be watching it the whole time. Now, the Ro Panuganti performance is actually going to be the Ro Panuganti Prague Experience Band. It's going to be myself on guitars and some other instruments maybe, as well as Colby Dude. I've been playing music with Colby live at the Jamspace and just in general for a while now, and Colby is a killer guitar player. He's going to be singing, he's going to be doing a lot of really cool stuff. And this set is actually going to be quite a lot of his influence as well. We picked some really good songs that I've never covered before. We're also joined by Rahul Vanamali, who's an amazing percussionist and drummer, who's going to just be giving an amazing performance. And I'm really excited because some of these songs are from his favorite games as well. Last, we're going to be joined on bass with Na Tony, who's been putting out like amazing covers for quite some time now. He can sing, he can play guitar, and he certainly can play bass, and he's going to be crushing it. There's going to be another surprise or two as far as people performing with us, but I'm going to save those, and I'm very excited for this unique opportunity. Obviously, a lot of people watching may not be able to go to MAGFest, and that's completely fine. I am working really hard to make sure that, just in case that happens, of course, we're going to be trying to film the entire Friday performance, if not both nights. And we're going to be taking cameras there, we're going to set up lights, we're going to get as good audio quality as possible so you can be right there with the action even if you can't make it to MAGFest. I'm also going to be putting together a bunch of visuals. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you are going to MAGFest, especially because this is a Jamspace show and it might, be a smaller stage, it might, not be as, grandiose as the main stage, but I am so excited and so proud of all the work that everyone's putting into this really cool 2-day extravaganza. So please come on by if you are able to. Now, of course, Saturday night is just as packed, and I do have to share that there's going to be 4 fantastic artists performing there. There's Random Battles, Ian Cowell, Chris Allen Hess, and Cowabunga Pizza Time. So both of these nights are going to be full of punk rock and metal and just really cool energy in a much more chilled, intimate, kind of informal, formal space. So please check out both of them. I'm going to be doing my best to share more of that information on socials as well. If you're curious about the set list, I'm going to be trying to include a mix of stuff from some of my old albums especially. There's going to be some really cool stuff that has probably never gotten to be played at MAGFest maybe. And then there's also going to be some songs suggested by the rest of the band, which includes like Final Fantasy stuff and Hades. It's going to be really cool. Now, in addition to all of that, Saturday at 9 p.m., I will also be part of a panel. Game Grooves originally hosted a panel on the virtual convention VGM Together about how to make cover albums, and I was a part of that panel. We're bringing almost everybody and some new faces to that for MAGFest. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about what it takes to start with an idea, go through licensing, and come up with good ideas for budgeting, and how to manage everything so that you can make an awesome video game cover album, you know, all to your own. So I'm very excited to be a part of that panel. It's been a while since I got to do a panel in person, so I hope to see a lot of people there. Please bring your questions. I want to make sure that like the whole session is just like really, really cool topics and discussions. So I hope to see you there. Last, of course, I wanted to kind of generally talk about 2023. Obviously this year, a lot of changes happened in YouTube and in general how people create stuff. For someone like me who loves making like really complex music videos and kind of experiments and just like put out, you know, anything that works, because I just want to show the music of it all and the fun of it all, it's really not a good time to do that on YouTube, actually. It's better to do shorts or to do, you know, short form or other socials. So obviously, I kind of took a backseat. I was also working on a lot of other people's things. I was working on my wife, Allison Martin's channel. I've been editing for Joe Zija, the voice of Claude from Fire Emblem. I did a huge music video for Disco Cactus, You're Lost. And these kind of took up a lot of time. Next year, I do have to kind of keep a low amount of time on YouTube because it sucks up a lot of time for like very little return. But the music is, you know, still completely easy for me to work on, and I'm going to take my sweet time with everything. So my loose goals that I'll probably regret sharing is, of course, I'm going to work really hard to have an original full-length album, and I'm going to outsource a lot of that work to where I don't have to worry about production, for example, and I'm going to try to make as much of an effort to just make the music happen on Bandcamp and Spotify, where things have actually been pretty great. Also, I have a huge thank you I need to give to everyone who's picked up a copy of Arwing Odyssey or one of my shirts, the Do a Barrel Roll. The reception was crazy, and this is the first video game album I've done by myself outside of a label. So it was really great to know that there was still a lot of support for it, and I heard some really great things, you know, from people about, you know, liking the album, which was really nice. I don't think I can guarantee a lot of video game projects, but I hope to have the first Game Raga EP completed next year, as well as the first full-length original album. I may remake one or two of my old albums as well, with completely new production and recordings and maybe some new guests. It's all completely up to the reception, how things do on Bandcamp or Spotify or whatever, but I did want to share that you can look forward to those things while I will probably be doing less YouTubing and, you know, in general having to take a good bit of a step back in order to sort out all of these different projects. I hope that you've been enjoying whatever I've been able to put out, and of course if you do, sharing it is truly the best way to support the artist. But for now, I will see you at MAGFest, hopefully. If not, please check out the recordings when they're posted of the show. It's gonna be amazing, and it truly is one of the biggest goals I've ever had completed for my channel, music in general, to get to perform at MAGFest. It's gonna be great.